What up? What's up, guys? All right, aquí estoy escondida at work, taking a little break, and I actually went live regarding our meal prepping over the weekend, and I don't know what happened to the video. I don't know, but I figured that before I came and explained the whole thing, I shared with you guys a file where you would be able to cross-reference everything that I'm gonna share. So if you look, I've already pinned to the top a file where it's called, hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Annie? Hi, Lisette. I pinned to the top a file that I labeled it Amy's Blueprint for Meal Prepping. What I'm gonna do in this video real quickly is go through it. I have the notes so that I don't go all over the place, because I know that I tend to I get so excited about this topic that I tend to lose track. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna go over the actual file that I posted in the group, so that you guys know. This is coming from somebody. I work full-time. I am always on the go. I realized when I started doing this journey that I had to be prepared, that being prepared was gonna be the battle. Autumn always says it, that is the battle. If you're prepared, then you're good. And typically I know that the hardest part for everyone is the meal prepping, the organizing. I remember my first day looking at the Portion Fix meal plan. I remember my first week of doing Portion Fix when it was with 21 Day Fix, and I had the containers everywhere and I didn't know where to start, and it all seemed so difficult. What's up, Selena? Hi, Janine. And it all seems so difficult. And the first thing I want to tell you guys is keep it simple. Okay, the more simple you do this, the easier it's gonna be to follow, and the more fun it's gonna be. The moment it becomes this overwhelming task, you're not gonna do it. Another thing also is we have to keep it budget friendly. Okay, so my first advice to everyone is keep it simple. Okay, before you sit down and you look at this blueprint, there's two things you're gonna have to already have decided. What program you're gonna do, whether it be 2B Mindset, Portion Fix, or 4-Week Gut Protocol, and what bracket you land on, or how much food are you supposed to be having in your meal plan. You're gonna realize that the sample that I gave you is a sample of the foods you can bring together, but obviously the container count and how much food of everything you're gonna have to buy is gonna come with practice. I will tell you that the first times I started doing this, I would go to the grocery store 2 and 3 times a week. But I promise you that if you do this for the first 2 weeks, by the first week, you're already gonna know this by memory, and by the third week, it's gonna come second nature, and by the fourth week you're going to be coming up with meals, and it's going to be a great experience, and you're going to realize that healthy doesn't have to be boring. Okay, so first things first, you're going to pick a meal plan, whether it be Portion Fix, 2B Mindset, 4-Week Gut Protocol, and you're going to figure out what bracket you belong in. If you go into each of these programs, nutrition programs, you're going to see in the materials section, you will have the formula on how to break this down and where you belong, and you will have what bracket you belong to. So once you have that, the first thing I want to share is that I cook in bulk. What does that mean? And usually what I cook in bulk are two things. I cook in bulk the protein, and I cook in bulk the carb. The protein is usually what takes the longest. If you have that part already done, you're gonna see it's gonna be a lot quicker to have your meals ready. So I pick 2 proteins a week that I'm gonna wanna have pre-cooked. I picked 2 to 3 carbs a week that I wanna have either pre-cooked or on hand that I can immediately use. And then what I do is I dress my meals, I call it dressing. I dress my meals with my veggies, which I usually cook on the spot. That is when the air fryer is gonna come in handy and be your friend. You can make veggies real quick in the air fryer. I don't like soggy veggies. There's nothing worse than eating broccoli that's 2 days old. So what I figured is if I have my protein and my carb cooked, I can just within 10 minutes cook veggies. How long can a veggie take? And then I dress it with my seeds as well, with my sauces or my free meal or my free foods that are approved in my plan. Okay, so for my fasters, because I know that is also a question, I am a faster. The only difference or the only thing that I control is my eating window. We all know fasting is just controlling your eating window. When are you eating and how many hours? I typically do 16-8. I'm trying to tighten it up a little bit more. I'm doing 18-6 right now, especially with the test group, but it's up to you. Some people just do 12 hours. Now, within that eating window, whenever I do decide to eat, I definitely follow my meal plan to a T, okay? So also, if you want a little bit more on the fasting, when it comes to Portion Fix, you're gonna find there is a section just on fasting. So if you wanna freshen up a little bit on that, I'm also gonna drop a little video. I'm gonna drop the same kind of document, the same kind of deal with my fasting experience and how I progressively been able to fast and how I incorporated in this lifestyle so that maybe it can benefit you guys. When I do break my fast, I have found after doing this for a while that one of the easiest ways or one of the best ways that I enjoy or that I feel more comfortable is to break my fast with a soup, which would be either miso soup or I do a chicken broth. Those are the only two that I pick. You can, that's up to you. You guys can decide whatever you want to do. I try to make it a water-based soup. And then a very heavy meal because I haven't eaten in 16 hours. I'm gonna have a heavy meal. So everything I'm gonna share with you guys is obviously based on my experience and on my meal plan. So the first thing I do when I'm gonna get ready to meal prep is I'm gonna sit down and create my grocery list, okay? Now the grocery list is gonna come, I usually sit down and I get my list of foods that I'm allowed to eat, my greens, my reds, I get the full list. I sit it in front of me with my grocery list. And what I do is I've already have marked in my food list the foods that I enjoy. And for that week, I break down, okay, my grocery list this way. I pick 2 proteins, I pick 2 to 3 carbs, I pick 4 different fruits, I pick 5 to 6 veggies, I pick 3 to 4 healthy snacks that I'm gonna have, obviously the ingredients for those snacks. I pick 2 to 3 sauces or free foods that I can enjoy. I pick 2 kinds of seeds that I can have, and then either almond milk or coconut milk. If I have this at home, I won't include it in my grocery list, but if I don't, I create one. You're gonna see in the file, I went ahead and I picked for this grocery list sample, a turkey ground beef and grilled chicken breast. I'm giving you the recipe on the miso soup, on the turkey ground beef, exactly how I make it and what I add to it, and on the grilled chicken breast. Everything else that I've added, the plant protein, carbs, fruits, veggies, healthy fats, sauces, seeds, are all to dress up these 2 proteins and these carbs that I'm cooking. Okay, what I love about this is that it gives me the flexibility to be able to change my meals. I am someone that I cannot be eating the same thing every day. If you are somebody like that, that's awesome, that's great. If you can pack all your meals and stack them and put them in the fridge and have the same thing every day, that's perfect. I cannot function that way. I love the fact that having the cooked protein gives me, I've already shortened my time of cooking, of preparing what I'm gonna eat. And then the fact that I can dress it up however I like, I can create different meals. So in the next page, you'll see I give you the miso recipe, the turkey recipe, how to cook it, and the chicken recipe. And then in the last page, I give you an actual sample meal plan. I do give you Monday through Sunday. You're gonna realize what I tend to do is I play with the ingredients. Again, I dress my protein and my carbs. You're gonna realize I enjoy having my Shakeology as my last meal. I sometimes make it thick enough so it's an ice cream, and I sit in front of my TV and I eat it as an ice cream. Sometimes I have it as a shake, but I like having my Shakeology as my last meal. I thought it was cool that Amwala likes to do that too, because honestly, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is run to the bathroom, which is great because it all comes out nice and smooth. I know too much TMI, but it's the truth. You're also gonna notice that on Sundays, okay, I like to have Sundays. I have my overnight oats is something that I enjoy having every day. You obviously don't have to. I love to have it every day. On Sundays, I always usually have it as a snack. Since I don't eat breakfast, I typically have it around 3 o'clock. But Sunday mornings, I like to have my overnight oats with some matcha. Matcha latte that I'll make myself. But then during the day or maybe at night, I leave it open for a healthy new meal or a healthy recipe. And this is the time, and this is something, and now that we're doing this challenge together, it's something maybe you can do with your partner. Me and Louis use Sundays to make new recipes, or maybe does this have to be Sunday? Maybe you want to switch it for Saturday. But pick a new recipe, preferably one that would substitute something that you crave often, whether it be a healthy pizza, a healthy version of a lasagna, healthy tacos, maybe a healthy breakfast recipe, maybe even a healthy dessert. But Sundays is the day where I try to go outside my realm, try to look for something new that I can bring into my meal plan so that I can apply it the following week. And then at the end, what I gave you guys is little tips, especially this one is for this week. The main thing, and I found this out the hard way, the cauliflower rice. You're gonna notice a lot of the biggest thing I get from almost everyone is I can't intake all my containers. And usually it tends to be the green, because I am sure we all eat our yellows, we all eat our blues. It's usually that green, right? And I will tell you, one of the best tricks I can give you is stick the greens in your Shakeology. Cauliflower rice and spinach are two veggies that if I don't use them together in my Shakeology, then I'll use one or the other, but they both hide very well with your shake. When you use the cauliflower rice, the tip I can give you is make sure it's not seasoned. I learned this the hard way. Even when you make cauliflower rice, they have some out there that has seasoning and will have a lot of high sodium and has stuff that you don't want. So make sure that your cauliflower is no seasoning. The only ingredient should be cauliflower. If you buy the chicken broth already made, I typically make my own. I just boil chicken breast with water. I put a little bit of onion, pepper, and salt. If you're gonna buy the chicken broth already made, what I suggest is go look for a brand that is low sodium and that you can trust the ingredients. The Kettle and Fire brand is one that Autumn always swears by. I love it. It tastes really good. It has all natural ingredients and it is low on sodium. In case you want to break your fast that way, or if you want to have chicken broth during the day. What you want to definitely watch is your added sugar intake, especially if you're doing 4 Wake Up Protocol. You know that we're limited to how many added sugars we can have, but even if you're not doing it, it's something you definitely want to look at. And the last thing I shared was about Sundays and making sure that you try to find new recipes. And I will tell you, when it comes to new recipes, sometimes they'll flop, but sometimes I'll find one that I'll be like, you know what? That wasn't that hard, and it's something that I can easily mix up. And if you do one new healthy recipe a week, by the end of the month you'll have 4, and by the end of 2 months you have 8. And it's just new things that you can add to your repertoire. Like I said, sometimes they won't work, but sometimes you're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe that was that easy, I should have done that before. And then the last thing I'm going to suggest, and it's just because it's a place where I go to all the time, I have found signature recipes, and I would tell you 100% of the time, it's a healthy recipe and it's going to be 4 Week Up Protocol approved, is to go into the back of Beachbody On Demand, go into the nutrition program of the Ultimate Reset. You can print all the recipes from the Ultimate Reset in a couple pages, and everything on here is 4 Week Up Protocol approved 100%, because it's almost the same thing. And you're gonna find things that are gonna be easy to make, that you're gonna be like, awesome, that's something that I can add. So I highly suggest, if you're running low on ideas for recipes that need to be healthy, go into the Ultimate Reset and it will give them to you by alphabetical order. There's stuff in here, the lentil salad, stuff that I've used forever. All right, so that was pretty much my blueprint sharing of what exactly I dropped, and hopefully this helps. I don't know if you guys have any questions. What's up, Allison? Hi, Josie. Hi, Jessie. I don't know if you guys have any questions. Fermented foods is also something that I use as free foods. I also love to drop it. One thing that I've been doing, and I will tell you, I do have a small fridge at work, and what I do is I try to keep at work some stuff that I know I can hold off for a little bit and is not going to go bad, and I don't have to be packing it all the time. Like, I keep a bag of fermented beets in my fridge. I keep some sunflower seeds here. I keep nutritional yeast here. So that it's stuff that I have that I can just put on and not always have to be traveling with so much food. Hey girl, your blueprint is awesome. Thank you. No problem. If you guys have any questions, again, this came out of just me and my experience and what I've been doing for a while and what has helped me. If you guys have any questions, if there's any way I can help, please let me know. Hopefully, maybe not, no, this weekend I can't, but maybe next weekend I'll come in live and then we'll do some meal prepping together. All right, I hope that helped. Have a good one. And now I'm gonna save this.